Well, good morning. We are here on Kuta Beach. I didn't know if I was going to be able to film today. The rain was coming out. It was a mess. But look at the sun came out. Look at how beautiful it is. You see that? Don't think that things are impossible. That's what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to give you two examples in my life where I found out that goals that I thought were impossible weren't. It wasn't that they were impossible. It's that from where I was standing and looking at them, they were impossible. And I'm going to give you two examples that prove that. And today I'm going to show you around this beautiful place. Let me turn around here. I think the wind is starting to blow a little bit. Let me turn around and see if I can keep talking. Woo, it's a beautiful day and the wind feels great. I am going to take you around beautiful Kuta area and also Seminyak, which is back there. I'm going to take you to places to eat, all of it. We're going to enjoy ourselves. We're in Bali, baby. Let's have a good time. And we're going to talk about how I made the impossible possible twice in my life. All right, let's get going. Traveling the world as a minimalist with one backpack, that is what we do here. Subscribe and come along with Retire and Go. Let's get ourselves a place to sit down. I'm so glad the sun came out. You never know, you just gotta adapt as it goes, but we got ourselves a beautiful sunny day.
Cheers.
Thank you. That's great. You see, I thought that it was going to be impossible, but actually the beach is full of people now. The sun came out and we can have our conversation as well. I'm just sitting here on the beach, relaxing and enjoying myself. This is nice. This is really good. This is what I came to Bali for, just to chill like this, relax. So let's talk about achieving the impossible. The first chance that I had to prove to myself that it was possible to go way beyond your standard goals and actually achieve what you originally thought was impossible was way back when I was 16 years old. I was in high school and we had a group that came through that was doing physical training and physical testing at our high school. They wanted to see where we were as far as what our capabilities were at that age. And I will tell you, at the age of 16, I could not do one push-up. I could not do one sit-up. I could not do one pull-up, nothing. And I was embarrassed. I thought to myself, wow, I am really out of shape. I'm a 16-year-old young man, and I have absolutely no physical capability at all. There were two ladies that were in our school. These two were training for the Olympic team. That's right. They were training for the Olympic team as a team rowing. And I looked at them and I was like, my gosh, they're so motivated. For me to do something like that, for me to be physical and be an athlete at that level, that's impossible. It's impossible. I can't even do one sit-up. I can't even do one push-up. What I didn't realize is that it wasn't the final goal that was impossible. I just couldn't see it. From my perspective, being a high-level athlete was literally impossible. Because of these two ladies, they motivated me to start training. They motivated me to start every day working out, changing my diet. I would do daily exercise, not only in the morning, but in the afternoon. I started running, and I didn't know anything about running. I started training with push-ups and sit-ups. The football team at our school, they had a gym. And they were like, look, man, you want to come train with us? Come every day. Come train weights with us every day. And I did. And I mean, at first, I had to train weights with no weight on it, just the machine weight itself. That's where I had to start. It took me a year of solid commitment, and I was able to get to a point where I could actually start to compete in athletic biathlons, triathlons. Yeah, it took a year. All of a sudden, it wasn't impossible. About 2 years, I was 18 years old, and I was competing in triathlons. That's right. I had all used equipment. I was just scraping by. But I had the commitment to myself to train and to become better every week to get better. Now, being a high-level athlete was not impossible. And what had changed? What changed was my perspective. I was able to see being a high-level athlete from a different vantage point. It wasn't impossible anymore. It was possible because my perspective changed. I was looking at it from a different vantage point. The impossible was achieved. Not because I snapped my fingers, but because I set a goal for myself that was closer. And that goal gave me a different vantage point. Now I was looking on an even plane with that so-called impossible goal. Yeah, what do you got here? What do you got?
Bracelet. I got bracelet.
You got bracelets? How much are these bracelets? How much?
Depend.
15,000?
Depend the price.
Oh, depends.
Because different price.
That's kind of a fun reggae look right there. Yeah, something like this here. Let me take a look. These all look really nice here. There's a blue one here. What is that now? Like a leather? How much is that blue leather? 100. I'm not gonna give you 100. I'll give you like maybe 20,000. Okay, I found one here. Look at this one right here. It matches all three of my shirts. Right there. That matches all three of my shirts. I will give you 50,000 for this right here. I'm doubling my offer. I'm doubling my offer. Oh, that's gonna be nice. I like that one. That's a nice looking bracelet. I like that. That's much better than that leather one. This one's got character. Oh my goodness. Beautiful. Lovely. Look at that. That's nice. I like that. I really like it. That's beautiful. This is awesome down here. Right here by the water. This is incredible. I'm loving it. You know, it was decades later, and I found myself in another situation. I was in my mid-40s. My net worth was negative $60,000. I was $60,000 in debt, and I was working hard. I could feel it in my body, and I realized I wanted to retire early. That was seemingly impossible. It seemed impossible. How was I going to retire early when I was negative $60,000 as a net worth? And I wanted to retire in my 50s? What, 10 years from then? Impossible. That's what I thought. Once again, I realized that it wasn't the goal. It was the perspective. From where I was and where I was trying to look at that goal, it was impossible. But the reality is, I had to change my perspective. I had to change my vantage point. So I was looking at that goal from a different place. I set a smaller goal for myself. That goal was just to pay off my debt. That's it. I just wanted to pay off my debt. So I set that goal, and that took me 5 of those years. That's crazy. 5 years out of the 10 years I set for myself was just to get to that vantage point. But when I got there, I reimagined that goal of retiring early. It didn't seem impossible anymore. It was possible because I had changed my vantage point. I wasn't looking at it like it was on the top of a mountain. I was looking at it even keel. And I said, yeah, I can do this. I can do it. I set out to work even harder in a job that paid more. I went overseas to go work in a war zone, a position of danger that paid me a lot more. And I invested everything. I achieved that goal at the age of 52, 10 years before I'm eligible to start collecting Social Security. I achieved what I once thought was impossible. Not because I changed reality, okay? But because I changed my vantage point, where I was looking at that goal, that far off goal. Yeah, if I'm looking at it from the bottom of a mountain, it is impossible. But when I'm looking at it straight ahead, because I achieved a goal that was halfway there, it didn't look impossible anymore. All of a sudden, it was a goal that was possible. And I could see it, and I could feel it, and I could realize that I can actually gain that and achieve that. It wasn't an impossibility anymore, not because the goal changed, because I changed. I met it halfway, and my vantage point of looking at that impossible goal changed. I'm about to make my hunger impossible. I'm starving. I'm going to walk over to this little restaurant called 90 Degrees. Now, I'll show you on the map where it's located. This is a good location 1 block away from the beach. It's also adjacent to a nice hotel. I wanted to walk the property real quick and just show it to you. You know, I stay in a lot of budget hotels, but the fact is Bali is filled with lots of these great resort-style hotels. Thank you so much. This is one of the best lunches you can grab. This is only about $6. Chicken mango cashew with vegetables and a little rice. This is delicious. Healthy, fantastic. I like to find these little spots that are away from the ocean. This is down a back alley called Poppy's Lane 2. And there's lots of little shops, coffee shops, things like that, places to buy clothes. But for me, I try to find these good little eateries that are out of the way. Here's a map so you can find 90 Degrees, and let's go out tonight. You guys musicians? I'm trying to catch up to these two. They're losing me in the traffic. I saw them singing earlier and I was like, oh, I have to catch up with these guys. Let's see if we can catch up with them. Hello.
I'm from mother in Java, West Java. I'm from Sumatra.
Very nice. From Sumatra. Okay. And you guys go around, you musicians. Yeah. There you go.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Skinhead band and Elmer walk together, drinking arak beer, PM together. Come on everybody, let's go join nice, let's go join nice in this place, just for making fun, making fun.
Thank you so much. It's awesome.
For you and me and forever.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
For the pang.
I want to thank you for spending some time with me today. Today we got a chance to relax and enjoy ourselves here in Bali and have a good conversation that I hope you found inspirational. If you want to live the life that I'm living, traveling like this, with one backpack as a minimalist, well, like and subscribe. Come with. This is what we do. You can support the channel by picking up a copy of my new book, The Traveler and the Bard. The link is in the description. Okay, I am really enjoying myself. I'm so glad the sun came out like this. We'll talk again soon. Aloha. I foolishly thought I was safe roaming the back streets here in Kuta, Bali. But suddenly, he saw me. The ninja attack cat of Bali. Look at him. All stealth-like, roaming the streets. He's got his fangs set to sink into my flesh. The ninja attack cat of Bali.
Okay, we'll try it again.